Hello everyone, welcome back to the Girls and Network YouTube channel. Welcome back to this series. So for some time now, I've been releasing videos talking about how little steps, how small steps here and there can transform your life. Okay, so we released a video giving a general idea about the subject matter of how little steps, little changes here and there can lead to huge transformations and big differences in different areas of your lives. Okay, and we got this from the book Atomic Habits by James Clear. Okay, it was inspired by the book, and then we did a video talking about how to implement this principle. Okay, strategies that you can use to adopt this principle in your career, and we did the same thing also in your business. We did another video talking about how to adopt these principles with some strategies in your business. And then today we're going to be taking it a step further, and it's going to be a little more personal. Today we're going to be talking about how to adopt and implement this principle in a very important area of your life, one of the most important areas of your life. Because if this area fails, then every other thing you're doing is probably a waste of time. And what's that area? Your health, your fitness, your wellness, your lifestyle. Because no matter how much wealth you accumulate via your business or your career, no matter the impact you make out there in the world, no matter the number of lives you've touched, right? No matter the number of people you've impacted, no matter the level of influence you've been able to build over the years, if you don't take care of your health, okay, if you don't adopt the same principles in your health, then you're going to live a life of regret at the end of the day. So we're going to be taking it a step further by talking about it in this area. Okay, so if this is something you're interested in, then keep on watching. So I want to first of all start by saying this, okay, that excellence in your health, okay, for you to adopt this principle in your health, okay, excellence in your health to get the results you want to get in your health, it comes by making these changes, implementing these changes daily, and not by one huge, one time improvement in your health. Okay, so now let me make use this instance. Okay, so I know that most times, most people at the beginning of the year, you see them doing what they call juice cleanse. Okay, after they must have eaten lots of is it garbage now? What do I call it? During the holidays, the Christmas, December end of the year holidays, you've eaten a lot of junk food, even the ones that are not junk food, but you know that are not very beneficial, okay, to your health or to your body. You've eaten a lot of starch and stuff and all that, and then by January they want to embark on what they call juice cleanse. Sometimes it could be 3 days, 7 days, 14 days, 21 days, right? And some go for outright fasting. Now these things are not bad, they are wonderful, they are good, they're exceptional, but I want you to know this, okay? If you're depending on doing that as a routine, maybe at the beginning of every year, once in a year, and you think that that's how your health is going to thrive, then you're making a very big mistake. It can't sustain excellence in your health. It cannot. So you need to build your health daily. It needs to be built daily. You need to be intentional about your health daily. Okay, so it's not a one time thing, not some, it's not like an emergency thing, right? No, if not you will see yourself landing in emergency rooms very often. Okay, so now how do you do this? How do you apply this principle that we're talking about? You can decide, oh, every day I'm going to walk for 30 minutes, I'm going to stroll for 30 minutes, I'm going to go for jogging for 30 minutes, every day, okay, or 3 times in a week, okay. Or you can say, oh, I'm going to be drinking 2 liters of water every day, or I'm going to drink 500 ml of water every morning before I get up from the bed. You see? Or, oh, okay, from now henceforth I'm going to be choosing home cooked meals, properly home cooked meals over processed foods, over canned foods. I'm going to be cooking fresh meals over processed foods. Okay, and you stick to them. So when you do this and then you combine it with your June's cleanse, whether it's once in a year or beginning of every month or whatever, then you would see how well it will work, and not just hoping on that June's cleanse the beginning of every month and every year and you feel that no, there have to be other consistent quality efforts that you put into your health in the midst of the year, in the midst of the month, in the midst of the week, daily, every day. Very important. Now, the second thing I want to say is this, that your body responds to patterns and not to occasions. So, I mean, I will explain, but let me use this thing to drive home my point. So there's this actor called Komai, okay? He acted in the Marvel movie. And guess what he did? He had to transform his body, transform his physique, okay, to fit into that role. He had to modify his diet, his sleep schedule, so many things to be able to achieve that body stature that he needed to act in that movie role. And it's not just him, you hear a lot of actors say it so many times, okay, that they had to go on how many days or how many weeks of fasts just to transform their body to fit into that role. Some had to lose weight, some had to add weight just to fit into a role. Now, you're living a movie role of your life daily, and the days are counting. Yes, the days of your life are counting. The days of my life, they are counting daily. How best, what are you doing to see that you're in the best physical state to achieve what you're supposed to achieve? What are you doing? If an actor, because of money, because of fame, because it's his passion, it's his work, he has to go through all that, what are you doing to ensure that you are alive and healthy and strong enough to fulfill your purpose here on earth and not to die young because of health issues that you could have prevented by yourself? I know that yes, death is inevitable, things can happen, things can happen at any time and all that, but do your best, do your own part and leave the rest to your maker. Do your own part. So at the end of the day, you know that, oh yes, you did your best. Yes. Okay, let's not live life by chance. Okay, so what can you do? You can choose a sleep schedule. Okay, choose a sleep schedule. So like I said, okay, this is response to patterns, not the occasion. So have a pattern, how that you would live by, that you would abide. Let not be occasional things, like I talked about the fruit fast and juice cleansing and all that. Okay, don't live your life as if it's a crash course, like, oh, once in a one time thing, you do this. And no, let it be a lifestyle. Good health, let's be a lifestyle. If you're jogging every day 30 minutes, let's be a lifestyle, stick to it. Find that discipline and embrace it. Find an accountability partner, someone that hold you accountable, someone that you respect. These things are really important, because when you're thriving in good health, you're able to achieve so much. Okay, so another thing, you can tell yourself, oh, I'm not going to be skipping meals again, and you train your body to expect nourishment. Now, this is very important. What some people do, when they're trying to lose weight, especially, they'll be like, oh, okay, I'm not going to have breakfast. I would have between lunch and dinner. So once in one meal per day. They're trying to lose weight, or they engage in intermittent fasting. At the end of the day, they're eating only one meal per day. It's fine, it's okay, like I said before, but there's something that is important you need to know as you're doing all that. Let that one meal you're eating a day not be three meals in one. Yes. You know what some people do, right? They miss breakfast, they wouldn't eat dinner, they will eat lunch, or they wouldn't eat lunch, they will eat dinner. But that dinner, when you measure it, the number of calories, how many things they're eating at once, they've eaten more than the person who eats breakfast, lunch, and dinner put together. Yes, I know some people are guilty of this and they're watching this video. So you need to change today. But on a very serious note, this is really important. This is a mistake that most people make, and which is why they don't lose weight after all the fasting and grinding and everything. Okay, so if you're sticking to one meal per day or that intermittent fasting, do it well. And who said that you need to starve to lose weight, to be healthy, to be fit? Who said so? No. No, you might end up missing out on your breakfast and dinner, eating one meal per day, and that meal has a lot of things that are not good for the nourishment of your body. That meal doesn't have enough vitamins and nutrients and minerals to carry you for the day. Okay, or you eat one meal per day and that meal has the number of calories that if you had eaten breakfast, lunch and dinner, that's the number of calories that have been spread across these 3 meals. Another mistake that most people do, they feel that health and wellness is only about being fit, about being strong. They miss out on the fact that your mental health is sometimes much more important than your physical health, but we tend to disregard it. Okay, now there's some things that you can do that can be really helpful. For instance, journaling. Those times when you find yourself so overwhelmed with a lot of things, a lot of pressure, you're stressed, you're overwhelmed, you're troubled in your mind, you're worried about the future, about certain things, you're facing pressure from work, from family, whatever it may be. Sometimes try and journal. Write down your thoughts. Get them out of your head, out of your mind. Write them down. You find out that you actually be more at peace after you must have done that. Then find people who would speak positively to you, even before you start reaching out to therapist. Surround yourself with people, friends, whoever they may be, that would help to build you up, to encourage you. Okay, that will speak life to you, that will give you ideas, suggestions of how to improve in those areas that you're struggling with. Okay, and then find time to rest, sleep, rest, let your mind be at peace. And of course, if you're a believer of God, right, he has a way of giving one peace in the midst of all those troubles. So relationship with God, okay, relationship with the Holy Spirit would also help in a very great way, because he is our comforter, he's our counselor. It's help in a very great way to put your mind at peace, give you rest, give you ease, that kind of peace that only he can give, and then give you ideas, suggestions of how to improve those situations that are troubling you. So these are just some few things that you can do that would help your mental health to be on 100. Okay, so like I said before, um we are talking about these small habits that you can do here and there to cause improvement in your life. So these small things, if you say that, oh, every day I'm going to be conscious of the presence of God, of the Holy Spirit in my life. Okay, I'll when I'm troubled, I would talk with him, commune with him and all that. You do it every day. Maybe in the morning when you wake up, try to make him a priority, commune with him, you know, put your mind in a state of relaxation and all that. When you do that every day, let's say for 10 or 20 or 30 minutes, you will see how that day will go. You'll be more at peace. Okay, so try and implement these things. I also want to say this, okay, in order to help to protect your mental health, try and reduce screen time. This is an area that most of us struggle with. The adolescents, adults. Why do you wake up in the morning and the first thing you're grabbing is your phone? Tell me why. Why? You just woke up in the morning, you're grabbing your phone to do what? To check emails, to check WhatsApp messages, social media. Come on, you're killing yourself. Why? You know what that does? You're checking WhatsApp messages, the messages are coming in. You're starting your day already with overwhelm, you know, with I used to be there, and trust me, it's not a good place to be. When you wake up in the morning, keep your phone aside, don't touch it. Highest thing you can check is the time, or if there was an emergency call or something. But don't bother opening the messages, email, social media. No, don't do that. Because you're going to start becoming, you know, um that overwhelm is going to start building up in you little by little. You wouldn't know it, but it will start. Is by the time the day starts progressing, you don't know why you're being cranky, why you're annoyed, why you're irritated with everything and everyone. It's because of how you started your morning. Why don't you start your mornings in solitude, with peace, in quietness, in meditation, keeping your mind at peace, meditating, relaxing, communing with your maker, you know, before you now start thinking about opening social media to see who posted who and what is trending and all that. Let us try to reduce our screen time. Now, another thing I also want to say is this: to help protect your mental health, Learn how to say no when necessary. You don't have to say yes to everyone. You don't have to jump at every opportunity, especially the ones that won't serve you, because these things have a way of affecting our mental state. Okay, learn how to say no to peer pressure. Learn how to say no to things that won't serve you, that won't benefit you. Now, imagine all these things that we are sharing, all these suggestions, all these tips, business, career, health, wellness, lifestyle, and the ones that will be sharing in subsequent videos. Imagine if you're implementing these principles little by little every day, and little by little every day, even when you fail, even when you don't succeed, even when you keep trying, if they keep trying. Now, imagine how a wonderful being you will be, how a satisfied life you'll be living. Now that is the aim of this video. I want to say this, okay? You don't need intensity. What you need is actually consistency. Okay, so instead of going for gym marathons once a month, running a marathon once a month, once a year, and that's all, that's the only thing, why don't you do 20 to 30 minutes of movement, of walk every day? Okay, instead of doing, like I said, sugar detox, juice cleanse once in a year, once in a month, why don't you gradually start reducing your sugar intake week by week? Okay, now instead of feeling guilty about things that have happened in the past or mistakes you made, you come back from whether they start recounting all the mistakes you made, that they start feeling guilty. After feeling guilty, you're not thinking of, oh, how best could I have handled this, what do I do for, no, you just dwell on the negativities. No, why don't you every day give yourself grace? Okay, give yourself grace every day. Check, okay, what did I do wrong? Don't dwell so much on it, dwell more on how could I have improved better. And let me say this, you're not just doing this for now, you're doing this for your future self. Okay, you're doing this because of the destinies attached to you. Because when you're fit and you're able to do the things you want to do, there are destinies that are attached. There are people that you're supposed to help succeed, they're supposed to help bring up. Not talk of your children, your family members, your friends who love you, who need you to survive. Yes, who need you to succeed. Yes. Now, what about them? So you're not just doing it for yourself, okay? So we're not here to be selfish, okay? And of course, it will benefit you first, okay? So let's have that mentality. Let's put that in our mind at all times, okay? And don't be overwhelmed by the number of things. In every day, when we come online, we see on social media people, health professionals talking about, oh, don't eat this, don't eat that, don't take this fruit with that fruit, don't every day. So the next moment you hear, oh, don't take water again. It's a lot. It's a lot. But don't be overwhelmed by all that. Take the things you need per time. Those ones that are most important to you at that moment. Especially if you have the history of diabetes in your family, you already know that at this point in time, you need to take meals that would, reduce the rate at which you can bring in diabetes into your health. You focus on those things for now. Okay, don't be overwhelmed by all the noise out there. All right, start little by little. Start with having quality sleep every night. Start with having good food. Start with reduced screen time. Start with having some time in nature, maybe taking a walk in nature in the park once a day, once a week, and all that. Please, very important. And also, your environment is very important in this journey. Your environment is very important. If you're living in a very noisy environment, place that is not conducive, a lot of pollution and all that, make plans to live, okay? Or try and find a way around it. Then if you're surrounded with snacks that would influence you not to eat healthily, discard them. Surround yourself with healthy snacks. So when you open the fridge, what you're seeing, fruits, nuts, vegetables, those healthy, those things that will attract you the wrong way, try and make away with them. Don't keep them around you. Okay, then if it's music, try and have good music on your playlist, so whenever you click on your music playlist, it's good music that is coming in that would help you and make away with those bad vibes music and all that. Okay, so your environment, the things around environment is not just the physical space where you live, it's the things you hear, the things you watch, the things you eat, the people around you. Okay, the accounts you follow on social media, yes. Okay, unfollow some accounts that don't influence you positively or that drain your energy or make you start self-sabotaging or start looking down on yourself or start feeling bad like you're not doing enough. Unfollow the accounts. It's okay, it's fine, it's okay. Whatever that would help you grow, Okay, if it's to keep a water bottle close to you every night when you're going to bed, keep it. So when you wake up in the morning and don't feel like taking that water, when you see it's already close, you don't need to get up and start looking for that water. You'll be encouraged and motivated to drink it. You see, so things like that. Okay, if maybe you don't have good sleeping habits, you don't feel like sleeping, make your bedroom a sleep sanctuary that when you come in there, sleep is calling you, right? You find yourself sleeping. Some people struggle with sleeping. They have bad sleeping habits. Okay, but if you make, so some people, you say, oh, when they go to a hotel, very beautiful fanciful hotel, they tend to sleep very well, but in their houses, no. So make your bedroom like that hotel room where you find yourself sleeping very well in, and you'll see the results. And then I want to say this, okay, that what you need is not motivation. What you need are systems that work. What do I mean? Now, if you find yourself, now we're still talking about our health, right? So if you find out that, oh, you're taking meals that are not very healthy for you, that are not very good for you, now a way you can help yourself by setting systems, as I said, okay, you can meal prep, batch meal prep for the week. Okay, in the weekends you prepare for the whole week, those healthy meals I need to take: breakfast, lunch, dinner, label them, prepare them. Whether you're eating alone or you have a family, you can prepare them, store them in the freezer and all that. You'll find that the temptation to eat meals that are not decent for you would reduce. It would reduce the same way that maybe you, now let's go the other way, you always go to work late, and you know within yourself that the major thing that causes it is because in the morning, the time it takes you to find the clothes to wear is the time that really makes you to go late. Why don't you bring out all the clothes you need a night before, whether especially when you have children, their school clothes, bring all of them out the night before, the things they need to wear, the inner wear, the uniform, shoes, everything, keep them one place. And so in the morning, you already have things set out. It will reduce the time wastage that you encounter. And then when you wake up, you have more, when you're going to bed and when you're waking up, you're having more peace, you're more relaxed, you're feeling less overwhelmed because you've already started preparing ahead. Okay, but when you don't do them, when you wake up, you're really tired as you're waking up. Before you sleep, you're already tired against the next day. So, but when you start with those things a night before, you find that you wake up feeling less overwhelmed, less stressed in the morning, more relaxed, more calm. You need to have self-love. That's the foundation of all this. If you don't love yourself so much that you don't think you're worth this sacrifices, either though you see them, or you're worth adopting this principles, this strategy, then you wouldn't do them, and your health will deteriorate. And now, not think of this generation, this era, this period that we are in. A lot of people are having a lot of health issues. If it's not cancer, it's tumor, it's growth, it's liver problem, kidney problem, and all manner of rubbish out there that is happening now. So this is the time more than ever to be more vigilant in our health if you love yourself so much. So self-love is key. Self-love is important. And this is I'm sharing, it's not for the elites, it's not for the rich and wealthy alone, it's not for the fitness freaks and all that. Sometimes we see some people we see some videos on social media doing lots of rigorous exercises and all that, and then you see some people comment, which world war are we preparing for that I'm not aware of? Some people ask, are we fighting any battle that I'm not aware of? No, my dear, it's not it. They're fighting the war that is ravaging our health. So this is a very important. Okay, so we'll be ending this video here. I'm sure you learned a lot, and please hit the like button, leave a comment below, let me know what you learned, what you want me to talk about, some tips that you have for us. Okay, share the video with those that need them, subscribe, and anticipate the next video that will be dropping. Thank you so much for being here, and do take care of yourselves.